Hi guys, welcome to Forest Segway. I'm going to be your instructor for the session. I'm going to teach you how to ride the segways and lead you through the forest. Can I just double check that everyone has signed a disclaimer at the cabin, please? Great. All of your helmets have been fitted and adjusted by an instructor, so don't adjust them from now on, but please let us know if you have any problems with them. Can I also check that you've all read the sign just behind us? Great. It details the three main reasons that people fall off segways. Those are bumping into things, not looking where you're going, and overconfidence. So bear that in mind whilst you're riding. If you're all happy and want to follow me, we'll get to the training area. Cool guys, so before we go any further, I must remind all of you that you're about to take part in a high-risk activity. By following the safety rules, the advice and the route that I set through the forest, it is going to minimise any of that risk. But failure to do so could result in a serious injury to you or somebody else that is in the forest today. Once you leave the training area, you're all going to be personally responsible for the safe operation of the Segway that you are riding and any Segways of under 16-year-olds you may have signed for. If you have signed for any under 16-year-olds, you've got to make sure you stay within a distance of them that allows you to supervise their behaviour whilst riding. Any dangerous or irresponsible riding won't be tolerated and may result in your session being ended early. Also, make sure when you're riding, you're always concentrating on riding the Segway, looking where you're going and giving yourself enough time to react by maintaining a good distance between yourself, other Segway riders, obstacles and forest users. That's going to help keep you and everyone around you nice and safe. Always be prepared to stop in the distance in front of your Segway that you see to be clear. If any of you aren't happy accepting this level of responsibility, please let one of us know, don't leave the training area and we will be happy to give you a full refund. So this is your Segway. You can see that it's got the two wheels, the steering stem and the handlebars on the top. They do self-balance a little bit like it is doing now. So what you guys will be doing is standing on top of it and enjoying the ride through the forest. You'll also be given the key that goes with your Segway. Each one has it and you need to make sure you're wearing that around your neck throughout the session. So to step up onto the Segway, you need to make sure you're stepping up from the back. So place both your hands on the handlebars first, and then just step up nice and confidently, one foot quickly followed by the second. You want to be keeping your feet central in the foot plates, your shoulders back, your head up. Make sure you're looking forwards and keep your bum tucked in at the back as well. When the Segway is still, it means you have found your neutral position. And whenever you're stepping on and off the Segway, always hold these handlebars upright and still. So to move forward on your Segway, what you need to do is standing up nice and tall, transfer some weight into your toes and lean a little bit forwards, the Segway will start to move. To stop, return your weight into your heels and back into that neutral position. You should never ride backwards on your Segway, but if you find yourself going backwards, all you need to do to stop is put some weight down into your toes and return to that neutral position. To turn left or right, you simply move the handlebars to whichever way you want to go. And when you do put that all together, it is going to look a little something like this. At all times, your movement should be small and smooth. To step off the Segway, make sure you never step off the front of the Segway, so always step down off the back. Step one foot off quickly, followed by the second. Never leave one foot on the Segway because it can lead to trapping or twisting your foot or lower leg. Make sure you hold the handlebars upright and still and don't pull them towards you. And in an emergency, it might be necessary for you to just jump off the back of the Segway. If you find that when you're riding the Segway, the handlebars push backwards towards you, it means you've reached the speed limit. So all you need to do is put your weight into your heels and slow it down slightly. If you find that when you're riding, the handlebars shake, it means the Segway doesn't like the way you're riding it. So again, all you have to do is slow down and that will stop happening. If the stem shakes and it starts beeping at you, it means the Segway has developed a fault and it will eventually shut down. So what you need to do is slow down, stop and step off and then just let one of us know. In a minute, we're going to get you having a go on the Segways and round the training area. It's really important that you take it steady when you're riding and just don't race or overtake. Make sure you give yourself space and time to react and keep a good distance from yourself, other obstacles and other Segway riders. By that we mean trees and the wheels of other Segways. Your Segway is wider than you are, so just bear it in mind and always stick to the centre of the trail. Make sure when you're riding, keep your movements small and smooth to remain in control and keep your knees bent as they are the suspension of the Segway. Remember, always look where you are going, maintain a good distance, and always be prepared to stop. This key is for you.
Okay.
So if you pop that around your neck first of all for me, please. That's it. And then what I want you to do is place your hands on first and then step up nice and confidently onto the Segway. Lovely. So keeping your feet central, stand up nice and tall, make sure you look where you're going and get your weight into the middle of your feet so you're in that neutral position. So put a bit more weight into your toes. Great, so that is your neutral stop position. Now if you want to practice stepping off the Segway, so just step off the back, one foot quickly followed by the other. Great, so just never leave one foot on the Segway at any point today. So if you want to step back on for me, Dan, making sure you get that nice neutral position, keeping tall. So what I want you to do now is come forward towards me, so put some weight into your toes, standing up tall and looking where you're going. So stop, lean a little bit backwards. Great, on the spot, just turn to the left for me and then back round to the right. And then what I'd like you to do is come forward towards me, turning nice and smoothly as you go. So back to me, and then turn around. Great, and then nice and steady towards me. So all his movements are small and smooth, staying nice and relaxed, keeping your knees a little bit bent, and just taking it nice and steady. If you want to stop there for me, are you happy with all of that?
Yeah, sorted.
Great, so the training area is just here. So just make sure you all go the same way, take it nice and steady, stick to the centre of the path and always look where you're going, okay? So when you're ready, Dan, you can head round the training area. We're going to leave the training area now, guys. Is everybody happy to do so? Great, we will be riding as a group, so it's really important that you do follow me and don't deviate from my line. If I want us to stop, I will be putting my hand up, so just watch out for that hand signal. I may ask you to gather in an area when it's safe, so just make sure you can all hear me when I do that. It's really important that you do make sure you give yourself enough space and keep a good distance from the riders around you. Make sure you're always aware of them as well, particularly when we do start and stop as a group. As we set off, talk to each other and get into a good group order, so whoever wants to go first will come straight behind me. Make sure you're always looking where you're going, maintaining that good distance and always being prepared to stop. I have a first aid kit, a radio and a phone, just in case. Round your necks, in the red pouches, you all have an emergency whistle. So 5 short, sharp blasts on that in the event of an emergency if you do need my attention, and I will come and help you as soon as I can. Repeat that if necessary. Cool, guys, so just remember, falling off a Segway can cause serious injury, so do ride carefully. And can anybody tell me what those 3 main points are? Great. Always look where you're going, maintain a good distance, and always be prepared to stop. If you want to follow me. If you do happen to fall off today, just check you're all right first of all. If you see someone else fall off, check they're okay. If you're all right, hop back on and continue riding, just do let me know. If you're not okay, you don't want to carry on, or maybe you're hurt or your Segway's turned off, just take that whistle out, that emergency whistle, blow on it 5 short, sharp blasts, repeated every 30 seconds if you need to, and I'll come and find you on the trail. Falling off a Segway can cause serious injury, so please ride carefully. Remember, look where you're going, maintain a good distance, and always be prepared to stop. We're going to head out onto the multi-use trails now, so we do have to ride considerately at all times, and it's really important that you follow my route so we're not a hazard to anyone else. We'll be stopping regularly to talk about the next section ahead and how to approach it. I have a phone, a radio, and a first aid kit on me, just in case, and if you need to get my attention, use that whistle. We've taken you off training mode now, so your Segway will be faster and it also will be more sensitive in terms of the steering. So just take it easy until you're used to those new settings. Although the trails seem smooth, in places they aren't, so make sure you keep your knees bent and concentrate on the trail ahead of you. If you feel the stem push backwards into you, it means you're trying to go too fast. Controlled, smooth riding will avoid this. To get back onto your Segway, hold the steering column vertically with both hands and then just step up. We're going to set off in a minute, so it's really important that you stay in single file behind me and that you don't race or overtake. We'll be stopping regularly to adjust the order of the group if necessary. Remember, it's really important to follow the route that I set, look where you're going, maintain that good distance, and always be prepared to stop. We're going to head up this hill now. So to go uphill on segways, you need to make sure you're standing up nice and tall, shoulders back. Transfer all the weight into the front of the segways, down into your toes. Lean right forward. If you feel like the segway's pushing backwards into you, just make sure you keep all your weight in the front of the segway and you will make it up the hill. When we head down the other side of the hill, it's important that you do go at a speed that you're comfortable with. So it's important to lean back if you feel that you're going too fast on the segway. Keep the weight in your heels. We're going to head down this track here now. It has some areas where it's got roots and other obstacles. So it's really important that you keep your knees nice and bent. Look where you're going and do follow my rule at all times as well. Maintain that good distance. Also, if you feel like you have lost control of your segway and you need to, just jump off the back. Never leave one foot on the segway. Great guys, if you just want to look this way for me. This area we're in is called the hub. This is where I'm going to be based for the duration of the time that you're on the trails. We've got trails A and B down here to the left and right, and trail C just over here. First of all, you need to do them in alphabetical order because they get longer and slightly more challenging as you go through the letters, with C being our more extreme trail. Now, it's important that you don't race here or overtake. You go at a nice safe speed that allows you to react to any of the lumps, bumps or natural obstacles on the trails. Give yourself a lot of space whilst you're riding around, but equally avoid riding alone if you can. As I said earlier, keep your movements small and smooth, avoiding any sharp manoeuvres. Relax, keep your knees bent and always concentrate on the trail ahead of you. So when you're ready, you can head down this way and to trails A and B.